Today Tonight and Sunrise, live from Christchurch.
This program is brought to you by Home Timber and Hardware. Grab a proper deal now at the Big One event.
Accessory to murder, eh, Kylie? That's serious time. You can say goodbye to your home. You can say goodbye to your kids.
Bring my kids out of this.
And try cooperating.
I haven't done anything wrong.
You spoke to Sean on the phone. You lied to us.
You didn't ask me about that.
Don't be smart. You took a call from your boyfriend after he murdered Ben Kelton.
All I did was answer the phone.
To a criminal on the run.
To my boyfriend.
No one is going to believe that's all you did.
Neither do we,
Well, that's not my problem, is it?
Where's Lynch?
I don't know!
Okay. What did he say when he called you?
All he said was he was free.
Crap.
If that's all he said, then I hung up.
Why? Was it a signal?
Because I was scared. I understand why Sean wanted to get out of there, but if I got involved, my kids are my first priority now.
Come on, Kylie. You knew the escape was on.
No.
You planted the gun.
No.
You know where he is now.
Do I?
Well, you'd do anything for him, wouldn't you?
Where's Lynch?
I don't know! I didn't do this. I don't know where he is. You can show my photo to as many people as you like. I've been anywhere near that petrol station. I didn't plant any gun. I didn't help him escape. So you either charge me or you let me go home to my kids.
Tough little nut.
We're going to have to let her go.
Yeah, well, she might be more used to us out there in the streets where we can keep an eye on her.
I'll get Buchanan to follow it up as soon as they're finished.
Buchanan's not available, mate.
Is there something I should know?
You should know he's been sent down to the Tribune to give him chapter and verse on the Dane Majors case while we're still trying to catch a killer on the run.
I'll tell you what, Nick, you haven't changed a bit. Well, when did I see you last?
No, Dane Majors was convicted, wasn't it?
10 years ago this month. Geez, we put it away that night, didn't we?
Something to celebrate, Alan.
Look, man, I know you're here under sufferance, and I really do appreciate it, but you get this Majors piece done and the paper will be behind the police effort 100%.
This feature isn't some kind of sympathy piece, start of a move to get Majors out.
Now, don't be like that. There's no love for Majors around here. We just want to talk to the principal people to see how they're feeling now. I've got one of the girls working the piece.
We met.
She's good, but she's not hard-nosed, so don't worry. Majors will come out of this smelling like last week's fish dinner. Ah, here she is now. Be nice to her. She's a good kid.
Detective Buchanan.
It's Nick, and he doesn't bite much.
So you'll give us an on-the-record interview?
That's the deal. I was pressed for time yesterday, sorry.
Come on, Nick. You and I both know you'd rather be chasing a killer than talking to me.
You come on. He'll love talking to you. Everybody does.
Sure, Al. So can we do this? Is it okay if I record this?
Sure.
Okay, no recording. Detective Buchanan, do you ever think about Dane Majors 10 years later?
No.
Never?
Never.
Why is that?
In Homicide, we lock up a lot of killers. You feel sympathy for some of them because they've killed in a moment of passion. They regret what they've done. That wasn't Dane Majors.
So you've wiped him from your memory bank?
I still see Graham Proctor.
Tiny Major's father.
Yeah, I call him once a month or so, see how he's going.
How is he going?
His life's been ruined, Juliet. His daughter was murdered. And that's all I could think about when I saw Dane Majors yesterday.
Yesterday?
We interviewed prisoners who'd had contact with Sean Lynch.
Well, how did seeing Majors make you feel?
Angry.
Why angry?
Because he's alive and his poor bloody wife isn't. And all the pain he caused for those left behind.
Okay. You received a lot of media attention during the Majors trial.
I was working with Senior Sergeant Bruce Dalton at the time. He led the investigation.
But you presented the police evidence in court.
I lost count of how many days I spent in that court. No one of the media noticed me.
Well, you don't think it was because you were young and good-looking?
Better looking than Bruce Dalton. Maybe.
Have I embarrassed you? I'm sorry.
Are you interviewing Dane Majors for this story?
I hope to be. Waiting on prisoner lockdown to be lifted.
Well, let me tell you how that'll go. First of all, he'll tell you he's innocent.
Jails are full of innocent prisoners, right?
That's right. And he never admitted his guilt. Then he'll try and charm you.
Because I'm a woman.
Because you're young and better looking than me.
Now you're embarrassing me.
Don't be taken in by Major's charm.
Thanks for the tip.
How'd your interview go?
Oh, okay. Wasted time, really.
Duncan's waiting for you downstairs.
Sorry?
One of your prisoners who clammed up on you wants to spill his guts.
So, Frank, it seems that you have something to tell us about Sean Lynch after all. You have to speak for the tape, Frank.
Yeah. The last time we spoke to you, the table did more talking than you did, Frank.
Frank?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell us the first time?
I was scared.
You don't look like the type that scares very easily, Frank.
Everyone was scared of Sean.
Nothing now has nothing to do with the reward being offered. You are simply offering us this information out of the goodness of your heart.
But if it's good, I'll get some dough, right?
What have you got, Frank?
Okay. You didn't hear this from me.
Now, listen, Frank, what you need to do is you need to talk up for the tape.
Okay.
Good.
Lynch escaped, right?
Right.
I was surprised. I didn't expect it.
Why didn't you expect it, Frank?
You know, there's a big drug problem in there. Prisoners are dropping like flies.
Isn't that the same in every prison?
Not like this. And I've been in a few.
I bet you have.
Oh, come on, Frank. You're trying my patience. What's this got to do with Sean Lynch? Why didn't you think he wanted to escape?
He had a good thing going, didn't he? All he had to do was stick it out a few years and he'd be set up for life.
He was part of the drug ring.
He was the drug ring. Ran the whole thing. You need to talk to the prison doc.
We've had some drug-related deaths.
You know, 6 in the last year and a half and 4 in the last 7 months.
There are always drugs in jails. It's just an unfortunate fact of life.
You okay there, Dr. Powell?
I have a slight flu.
Sean Lynch worked in the prison clinic, correct?
So?
So he would have had access to drugs?
The safe is kept locked. I have the only key. We've never had any scheduled drugs go missing.
No, we're not talking about Valium, Doctor. We're talking heroin.
He would have had easy access to drug paraphernalia, you know, syringes, etc.
It's possible.
Do you have any knowledge that Sean Lynch was dealing drugs?
No.
Were you aware that he was planning an escape?
I was stunned when I heard what happened.
Was Lynch close to any other inmates?
None I'm aware of since Craig Ramage was paroled.
Who?
Craig Ramage was the prison hard man. He kept Sean Lynch under his wing.
Was Ramage dealing drugs?
I told you, I know nothing about drugs. I'm trying to be helpful here. I'm sure Ramage helped Lynch get the job in the clinic.
Where's Ramage now?
I don't know. He was released 2 years ago. Is there anything else you need from me? Because I really need to get home to bed.
I've seen a lot of junkies in my time. And right now, that's what you look like.
That's an outrageous allegation.
Well, look, Doctor, if you think of anything else, give us a call.
Let's get a tail on Ramage.
Okay.
How'd you go?
A couple of new angles. Julia Gardner wanting to see if I'm up for a drink.
Oh.
Just go around. You want to talk shop? Got too much on anyway.
Craig Ramage's mugshot. You ought to see this. He's got a history of drugs and violence. Yeah, nice guy.
Someone only a mother could love.
Let's get that surveillance happening.
Well, our doctor's definitely sus.
Yeah, I'm not buying his flu story for a second. He's using.
What does the prison governor have to say about all this? Dr. Powell, the drugs, Craig Ramage?
Well, she's been cracking down on security since she was promoted. Things have improved, but the drugs are still getting in.
Well, how are they getting in? Ramage?
Well, he's possible. He used to visit Sean inside, but my bet's a good doctor because he comes and goes as he pleases.
Uniform's got a call out to a drug overdose. They found your card in the victim's pocket.
He was found in his home by his cleaner.
Yeah, needle was still in his arm.
Time of death?
Around midnight, give or take an hour. He was a long-time user. There aren't any tracks on his arms, but inside his thighs, between his toes, I lost count.
So why did he suddenly decide to inject in his arm?
He didn't.
There are 4 needle marks that missed the vein right next to the one that finally hit pay dirt. See these marks? He was tied up or handcuffed. Cuffed to be my guess.
The doctor was murdered.
This American's arrived with thousands of bucks worth of camera gear.